Junior, JD, what's going on, my dudes? It is Sunday, May 26th. We just finished watching Game 3 of the Western Conference Finals. JD, you're down in Sun River, Central Oregon, Bend area. What's going on, man? How you doing?
Man, I'm coming live and direct. Just got done having a great dinner with the family and enjoying myself.
Sweet. June, what's up?
Yeah. Just finished up dinner, had some jambalaya, took it to Creole country tonight, getting it in, ready to get this pod.
All right, man. Hey, so Dallas is who we thought they were. I'm saying, man, like, if you watch any game 1, 2, 3, game 1 I missed. We'll come back to that. We'll put a pin in why I missed that. But I watched game 2 and 3 diligently, and the same thing happened in the fourth quarter in crunch time in both games. And it was Mike Conley taking all of the shots for the Timberwolves. Tonight, Cat took some, and Cat was 0 for 7 from 3. And I was so front. Get the ball to Ant and clear out, dog. Especially tonight when he had that dunk and he was on that high the whole time. June, you watched the game, man. How you feeling?
Yeah, I made some similar observations, but I'll go a different way, man. Is Jordan letting Mike Conley take those shots? And I know Ant's not Jordan, blah, 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 blah. But, like, insert high-level player here that's won a championship. No one's letting their teammates take those shots if they're the dude. And I know we talked about, Ant maybe being ready, but this was probably the learning year for him during this conference finals. And that's what it's looking like right now.
And
yeah.
I've seen videos of this dude's personality. They're saying he should have a podcast, which no, he shouldn't. It's a saturated market. Stay out of our lane, bruh. But I think he's just naturally funny. He's naturally funny. But I feel like he may have too much respect for Mike Conley and how much of a veteran he is to be like, and Cat. It was Cat's team when he got there. Like, give me the ball in the clutch. Maybe he is behind closed doors, but golly, that's frustrating to not see him take every shot down the stretch.
It really is.
I mean, question for you guys. Like, I'm looking at the box score. He shot 4 for 7. So what was it that Mike did that says that he shouldn't have been taking those shots? Okay, timing. But at the same time, let's pull the under back a little bit. He's 4 for 7 from 3, right? He's also a veteran who you respect. So guess what? Ant's doing what LeBron would do. Make the right play and pass the ball to your teammate, because when Jordan won...
No. But he didn't get it in his hands.
When Jordan won, it's because he passed it to Paxton. Just saying.
No, you were right about that. But the thing is, Conley's bringing it up. Ant's not touching it. Conley's dribbling the leather off the ball like him and Odin are running around in Columbus, Ohio. And he's not realizing, not only... I'm okay if he makes half of his shots in those scenarios. What I'm not okay with is my freaking stud not getting his rhythm. He needs to have his rhythm. He has to have the ball in his hands. June, what's up?
Yeah, and I mean, Conley had a minus 18, bro. So, like, that kind of gives you some insight then as to kind of just the timing of the way he was playing was just so bad in the fourth quarter. And he was getting cooked by Kyrie. And I put that in the text thread. Conley can't guard Kyrie. Like, I know Conley's old.
But who can? Come on.
I know Conley's older. I know Kyrie's, he's not young, but, he's probably in his prime. But he was cooking Conley.
I really think that the glaring part is that your best center shooter of all time is 0 for 8. I really think that that's where the glaring hole is. Not Mike Conley shooting 4 for 7 from 3, 6 from 11. Is Karl-Anthony Towns being 0 for 8 from 3. If you can't make a 3, go down there, get you a rebound, and get you a dunk.
I mean, it's unacceptable, if we're being honest, JD, right? Like, you can't have your second best player shooting that way in the playoffs in a pivotal game. I mean, they know they lose this game.
It's win or go home.
Over.
It's win or go home.
Cat ain't gonna be there next year, y'all.
Hey,
believe that. Cat will be there next year.
Hey, I'm gonna be like Junior in this situation, and I'm gonna blame the coach, because Mike Conley needs to give the ball to Ant at the top of the key and go spot up. He's a spot up shooter. He's actually better when he's off balance. You know what I'm saying? It's chess, not checkers. Because that's the saying, is it's chess, not checkers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's in this situation, it is checkers. Just give the guy the ball.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to yell at you for that, because I agree. I'm going to put some of it on Ant, but that coach, I mean, you got to call a timeout and you got to look your team in the eyes and say, Ant's getting the ball, and he's going to make it happen. Because
at least,
if he's not making it happen, they're not winning. I'm sorry. Naz Reid can only save you so much. He's not going to win you a series. Like
Naz Reid, the best player out there, though, man.
I mean, yeah, but I'm just saying they can't win with that, right? He's a good, solid player, but they need their superstar to come to play. Because guess who came to play on the other side? Luka and Kyrie. They both had 33 points. Like, I mean,
but damn a box score. Like, box score notwithstanding, we talk about the eyeball test, right?
Right.
So Luka hits every clutch shot in game 2 when he crossed up Gobert, bro, and there was a video of the natural audio from the crowd. The home crowd was like nervous because Gobert was guard. They know. But
I mean, did you see?
He had a chance to square his feet. He got another little hop step. I told KJ, that's going down. Like, if he tries to, he's never missed a shot he hasn't tried to make. He misses shots that he makes difficult on himself. Feel me? He misses shots that he makes difficult on himself, like to challenge himself. He's like, "Oh, this NBA, it is very simple. It's no Euro."
There's some of that. There's some of that. But Chris, I know you loved him talking hella mess after he hit that shot too, though, right? I mean, did you see the audio on Luka just talking mess, bro? Like that was wild. You don't need to be a professional lip reader to know what he said, bro.
He spoke in a different language.
And then he stopped, though. And then he stopped, and he was like, hold up. They still have another possession. Like, he caught himself. He celebrated, flexed, got the highlight, But then, like, the veteran in him came out, Like, he's teaching these Grant Williams and PJ Washington, or not Grant Williams, PJ Washington and Derek Lively's, like, how to be professionals, Yeah. That team is so fun to watch, man. And
they are.
Here's my thing. As a Blazer fan, you cannot root for Minnesota. Same division. I'm trying to tell my son.
It's tough. But also, I'm going to give us some credit, y'all. Give us a shout out, because I'm almost certain all of us called this Dallas these victories. Like, I mean, we all said, like, they win in this series. I mean, no one had predicted Minnesota. So, I just, and yeah, could they come back? Maybe, but, like, no one in history has done it. So, like, it ain't happening.
Okay, I had said I wanted Minnesota for the fact of getting some new blood and whatnot.
Yeah.
But on paper, I really felt it was Dallas. They got the better two players. I mean, if we're going to do a draft, I mean, it's hard to pick. Like, yes, we see what Ant is, but it's hard to really say, yeah, I would pick Ant over Kyrie. If we're out in the pickup game, I want Uncle Drew on my team.
Yeah,
you feel me?
Uncle Drew,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we know Luka's getting picked first. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the shorter, big body, you know what I'm saying, LeBron. And obviously I said that before, and it's showing proof right here.
Yeah.
You know what? And what I like is Kyrie and Luka are both just going to be themselves until, like, they will die on the hill of being themselves. Luka's just going to be that kind of like in your face, in your head, but just smile for the cameras. And then Kyrie's going to tell you the earth is flat and you should eat vegan and, all these different things. And that's cool. Like, I don't like Travis Kelce said about his kicker. I may not believe in his views, but, to each his own. So let them be them.
Let Kyrie be a weirdo. Okay, that's I'm let him. It's all good. Nothing wrong. I love weirdos, bro. They make the world go round. Okay, let him do it. Let him cook.
Hey, yes. Steve Jobs coming out. Hey, so this is a topic though. This is a hot topic right now because Stan Van Gundy on the air. I think he let it slip. It kind of just came out and it was dope. And he was like,
slow them down. Arguably the best offensive backcourt in the history of the NBA, and Luka Doncic and Kyrie.
Said tonight was, there's been clarifications, maybe best offensive, but he tonight said most talented backcourt ever. That's a guarantee. Like, they always said it was Steph and Klay.
I agree.
I agree.
You think it's Steph and Klay, or you think they're the best?
Oh, Steph and Klay all day.
Bruh.
If Klay is a shooting guard or not small forward, that's the part to me. I don't know if we're putting Klay as a shooting guard or small forward.
Put him at the two. You would take them over Luka and Kyrie?
Absolutely.
We're talking prime, not right now, right?
Yes, we're talking prime. I'm talking about 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018 Klay, Steph. Yes, I'm taking a 6'6" guard who can play both ways and get you for 60 points on 10 dribbles.
Yeah, and that's what I would say. Like Klay in his prime was a defensive menace. So like Klay was guarding the best player on the other team. So, I mean, he really lost that with his injuries, but defensively Klay was cold. So I mean, I do agree with that. I mean, I'm obviously gonna bring up the Spurs here though, because
you're gonna say Tony Paquet and Manu.
If we talking like dynamic scoring backcourts, I mean, Tony and Manu is up there. Okay, like I can't. I mean, I would say I can't. I probably can put them next to Steph and Klay because they've won similar amount of championships. They're all Hall of Famers. So I mean,
the only thing I say about your Spurs, Junior, hear me out real quick. The only thing I say about your Spurs, you couldn't do it back to back. And every great duo, right? I'm talking about Dumars, Isaiah, Steph, right? The greatest of greatest have all won it back to back. And I'm not trying to make small of your Spurs championship, but the fact that you couldn't do it 2 years in a row, that's just me as a sports fan. When you rank something, we're ranking it here. You got to do it back to back, baby. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got to be able to follow up.
You guys did fancy some odd years, like you didn't like the evens, man.
I mean, I'll take the 5 rings still. Okay. I mean, Steph's only got 4 or 3. So,
4.
They got 4.
So I'll take that 5th ring because Steph ain't getting another one. Sorry.
Okay.
Until he goes to the Lakers. He coached.
Well, Tony doesn't have. Okay, your Spurs have 5, but Tony and Manu only have 4, just like Steph and Klay. So that's what we're comparing here. So it's 4 and 4.
Saying, you brought up the team, though. So I'm just saying the team had 5.
But okay, in that run. I should reverse and say that your Spurs backcourt did not win back to back like a Steph and Klay, Isaiah, Joe D did. You know what I'm saying? If we're going to really compare the backcourts, because that to me is how you grade backcourts, is what they did when it was clutch time.
I mean,
hold on. Let me throw something in there. Let me throw something in there that neither of you guys have brought up. So you say we grade them on clutch, rings, all that stuff. I think we grade them on money. And right now, Steph is the highest paid player in the league. Klay is the 12th highest paid player in the league.
Numbers don't lie.
And they're both sitting, my guys. There's only one player in the top 15 still playing. Can either of you guess who that is?
Yeah. He's the big Frenchman.
Here you go back.
I'm going to touch the microphone. You know what I'm saying? Mr. COVID.
Mr. Trendsetter. Yeah. But that's surprising, right? Like, you look at this list of players. First of all, Brad Beal being the 6th highest paid player is worth a podcast in and of itself.
That's pretty wild.
But all these dudes are supposed to be there at the end. Braun, KD, Jokic, Embiid, Giannis. It's not Dame's fault. Why? Paul George. You know what I'm saying? So, like, do you guys think success is measured in rings or in paychecks? Ultimately, as a human being.
I'm glad you asked that question, Chris, because as a Spurs fan, since we're keeping it there, when we were winning those championships, barely was there anyone on our team that was the highest paid player in the league. So Tim Duncan got his max contract, but after like the age of 28, he never played under another max contract. Tony and Manu never played under max contracts.
And why is that, Junior?
And that shows because they understood the importance of building out the team, and they were loyal in a time that was a little bit different. You probably won't see that much anymore. But
they were trendsetters, June. You know who did it right after them? Dwayne Wade.
Yeah.
So LeBron and Chris Bosh could join his team, and he saw that formula and said, "Hey, Pop, you got them boys onto something."
Yeah. Yeah. And Tom Brady, same thing, right? Tom Brady was never the highest paid quarterback, or rarely at least, right?
And so it comes down to honestly, rings are how many championships you've won is how the outside world measures you. And maybe yourself, if you're ultra competitive. Income maybe how the people closest to you measure success. So I don't know, something to throw out there.
I mean, if you ask the greats that never won a ring how much money they trade for a championship, I'd be very curious to answer, because you already know Chuck would trade a lot of money to get that ring that he didn't get.
But I'm just saying, set your family up for wealth for the rest. Adam Morrison has a ring, and that dude's living in a bunker out in eastern Washington. So, rings don't cure everything, baby.
Here's something let's think about this, though, too. Obviously, there's a few players that were drafted in the 90s, the KGs and Kobe's, that have the massive values. But the NBA salary cap, you know what I'm saying, in 2003 was at $55 million. It's at 100 something now. I forget. You know what I mean? So, let's be honest that these contracts, you're making $50 million now. 20 years ago, that was the whole salary cap for your whole team. That was a max contract in 2006. You're getting 4 years, $50 million. Joe Johnson, these bad contracts that we talk about that got, what they call it, expunged, what they call them when they used to get, Brandon Roy's deal that he got with the Blazers, So I think that there's few players, right, that got the bread and got the rings.
Yeah.
Very few.
But here's the thing, though. MJ did get the bag.
Brown.
But I'll say, JD, to your point, it's really about percentage of the salary cap and not really actual money, right? So if we're comparing eras, especially, you got to look at that ratio, what the percentage of the salary cap was. And those deals that you highlighted were so bad for that reason, right? Because the salary cap wasn't that high, and these dudes were getting these wild contracts. Like, absolutely no way you can fill out a roster with that.
Shout out Bobby Bonilla, though. All-time greatest contract ever. $1 million is $1 million, no matter what.
Greatest grifter of all time.
July 1st is Bobby Bonilla Day. To your point, though, Junior, too, the only quarterback to take up, I think it might be 20% of the salary cap to ever win a Super Bowl is Steve Young.
Yeah.
And that still stands.
Mahomes is close, though.
He might be now, but he's still on a friendly deal.
Because it's 10 years long.
You see who they signed? You see who they just signed? Hollywood Brown.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean,
weapons.
Yeah, I mean, he's
the rich get richer
anymore. But anybody when they get with Andy Reid, though, you never know what he can do. So, yeah. And you play with Mahomes, you just get as a wide receiver. If you play with someone like Mahomes, I mean, you already know he's going to make you better, so your confidence is up, and you can actually just have better seasons, right? How many mediocre receivers we've seen Patrick Mahomes play with, and they win a game. So,
yeah, he's the Steve Nash of the NFL. Now, speaking of weird stats, JD, you pointed this out. What is it? The last 40 years, the last 4 decades, on the fourth year of that decade, the Pacers have made the conference finals. That's some weird heebie-jeebie, Ouija board type stuff, man. What's going on?
I just saw that and I said, this is actually kind of weird that 1994, 2004, 2014, and 2014, or 24, the Pacers have made it. I think that's a crazy stat to wow, the last 4 decades, you've made it on that.
And each one was a distinct era. The first one was the Reggie Miller, the choke at MSG. The next one was the Ron Artest, Jermaine O'Neal, Malice in the Palace era. Then you had the Paul George era, pre-snapped leg in half, with Danny Granger and Jamal Tinsley.
Roy Hibbert.
Those boys were nice. Some battles with LeBron in Miami. And now it's the Halliburton era, so it's distinct eras, and maybe Portland should try to be more like that. I don't know. On that same note, too, JD, you had an NHL note, a correlation, just a weird coincidence between NBA and NHL teams.
Yeah, I mean, Miami made it to NBA Finals. You had the Florida Panthers. You had Colorado Avalanche winning it. You got the Denver Nuggets winning it. You go back 30 years ago, you had the New York Rangers winning it, the New York Knicks losing it to the Houston Rockets. If the Knicks were healthy, they would be in the conference finals. So as the New York Rangers going up 2-1 today, you got the Dallas Stars playing the Edmonton Oilers. They're in the conference finals. Dallas Mavericks are up 3-0. You know, something's in the water in Dallas right now because the Texas Rangers won the World Series last year. But those sorry-ass Dallas Cowboys can't make a conference finals since
they're
96.
messing up that quadruple, not the trifecta, the quadfecta.
Yeah, so something's in the waters, but the Dallas Cowboys ain't been sipping the tea.
Hey, I got one to add to it. I got one to add to it, JD. WNBA, NHL, Vegas Golden Knights, Las Vegas Aces.
There we go. So
Vegas
Raiders.
Right.
One more. I know the Raiders missed out on that one. That was fire.
Hey, good segue, June. Hey, man, June, your part-time chef, part-time producer over here, setting up this next segue beautifully. The WNBA. All right, so the reason why I missed Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals was because on a whim, I woke up, I was watching the Seattle King 5 morning news before, my Today Show came on. I watched the Today Show every single day. I don't know why. It's just a habit. But they were talking about the Fever Storm game still had tickets available or something like that. So I popped on the StubHub. Actually, that. I didn't go on StubHub. StubHub is trash. You don't know if you're going to get your tickets ever. You can walk up.
Only.
Vivid Seats, which is powered by Ticketmaster. But
hey, Ticketmaster StubHub did do us dirty with that concert. We got the tickets. They were not in the section that they said they were going to be in.
Yo, I don't even want to. Okay, I'm not going to go down this rabbit hole, but I just want to touch on it. The Scam Newton Natty, when the Oregon Mighty Ducks went to play the Auburn Tigers in Glendale for the Natty, which was coined by Cliff Harris that year.
Man, we to the Natty.
Yeah. How we doing?
Come on, let it ride.
Hey, StubHub got us, right? So we were going to the Natty, and it was really expensive to get tickets, right? Something in the $2,000 range. And we thought, let's just go, right? Let's just do it. We'll get it from some scalpers, maybe StubHub. And this happened to be the year 2011 when Michael Dyer was down, but also when StubHub had one of the biggest scams in history. Hulu, New York Times, I'm talking to you, do a documentary. Because what they did was they overpromised tickets to brokers when they didn't have that, on the expectation that they would get the inventory. It was kind of like this Ponzi scheme of like robbing Peter to pay Paul. And I got in the middle because as we got closer to the game, tickets are supposed to get cheaper, but they got more expensive. And long story short, didn't buy tickets, saved $3,000 because we got scammed out of that game and didn't win the Natty, but didn't have to spend money on tickets. It was a really fun experience. But anyway, StubHub is the worst.
Ticketmaster only for me, man.
Sideburn StubHub. I got you.
I might use all of them just to see what the inventory is, but Ticketmaster only for me.
For real. So we go up to see Caitlin Clark, and it was funny because she was playing very pedestrian the first 2.5 quarters. And then Seattle checked in their rookie from UConn, Hul or something like that. Hul. There's like 2 dots over the U. I don't know how to say it. But she's from Croatia. She hadn't played a game yet. She was their lottery pick. And she had visa issues, right? So this was the first time checking into the game mid-third quarter. And that was a very big mistake because Caitlin Clark saw her and just went after her like barbecue chicken, bro. Like the first 25 minutes hadn't happened. And it was just like they put in the scrub and they bring out the adults because Skylar Diggins was giving her problems. Skylar Diggins is an OG in this league and she knew how to defend her and get in her head. And they were playing good team defense. But the second they checked this other girl in, she went off, and it was entertaining as hell. The Storm set attendance record for a game ever, and it was just a regular-ass Wednesday for Caitlin Clark. So it was fun to see.
But the thing is, that girl, I think it's Anika Mule, I think is how you say
Mule,
it.
not Huel.
Yeah, she was D'ing up Caitlin Clark though in the tourney. I mean, I'm not saying she was stopping her, but she was playing her tough. Like, so if I was a coach of the Storm, I would have put her on her too. I mean, like, that makes sense, but Caitlin Clark probably still mad about losing that game. So you know what I mean? Like,
it was funny, bro. It was funny too. Yeah, it was like literally a switch went off, and she went from Byron Russell to Michael Jordan. She went from Smush Parker to Kobe Bryant. She went from Jacob Pirtle to Victor Wembanyama, just like that. Like, whoa! It was dope to see. So, I recommend going to see it. I told my kids, like, all of these people here, all of this chaos here in Seattle is because of that 21-year-old girl right there. That one person is causing all of this. Like, imagine that.
Is she like 24 though, or 23?
Whatever the fuck what age she is. JD, any thoughts on the WNBA?
Man, all the banter going around, this is, again, we talk about Mike James being on the show. We talking about the WNBA a lot now, bruh, and I just think that it's very relevant and it's just due. But why are everybody hating? LeBron was talking about this about his son and Caitlin Clark. Like, what is it that these people are doing to you for you to just spew hate? Like, what
LeBron say?
He talked about on JJ's show, like, just the criticism that an 18, 19-year-old kid gets for playing basketball, being, his dad's famous, but what is, like, let's peel the onion back a little bit. What has LeBron ever done to make you think that he's not a good father and he's not a stand-up man to show his son how to go about it the right way? Yes, he's been spoon-fed, right? Okay, but that's not his fault.
I would just say the Diddy video, but that's it. Just playing, man.
Don't get us sued.
And with Caitlin Clark, like, she's putting, like, come on, like, Deanna Taurasi would do laps around her. We never talked about Deanna Taurasi. We never talked about BG when she was locked up. You feel me?
We didn't have a podcast then, right?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. BG was free.
Okay.
BG was, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that Caitlin Clark is an amazing young lady who just goes out there and plays basketball, but people just love to hate. And if you ain't doing nothing right, you got to have some haters on your team.
I would say Angel Reese and the girl out there at the Sparks, too, and Angel Reese, and then, like, Paige Buchers and Haley Van Leith, Leith or whatever. Like, these girls are becoming stars. My daughter, I didn't think she paid attention to a damn thing I told her during the tournament this year. But when I told her we're going to go see Caitlin Clark, she was like, is that the girl with the blonde hair? I was like, no. I was like, who are you talking about? She's like, and this has been months. And she's like, Paige. That girl Paige. She's like, I like Paige. Like, it clicked, it's cool. So,
I can't wait for Paige to get to the NBA. But Chris, you brought up Cameron Brink. So, I was looking at the WNBA power rankings, rookie power rankings here on sportingnews.com. And look who's number one in the rookie power rankings. And that's Cameron Brink. Right now, averaging 6 points, 6 rebounds, 3.7. She's averaging 4 blocks a game, y'all. Almost 2 assists, over 2 assists and almost 2 steals. Defensively, she came in and she's like Wemby. She's maybe one of the best defensive players in the WNBA right now.
She's the WWW, the white woman Wemby.
But she's got a ways to go on her offensive game. But even then, she scored 21 points tonight, maybe, or the other night. So that's going to come along. But we're talking about Caitlin Clark a lot. Cameron Brink defensively is having an amazing rookie season, so I just want to give her a shout out because I love me some defense, even though I didn't play a lot of it. I wish I would have, but what I'm saying, I like the defense now. Okay.
One thing too about WNBA games, I will say, it's like a high school game in the way that when you're in attendance, you don't know what's going to happen. NBA, yes, like what stars are going to do, but these girls be missing layups and free throws and, just getting all types of violations in clutch time. Granted, those were the two of the worst teams in the WNBA, but there was many times when I was like, let's go. And then it was like, wait a second. And then, there was a turnover or a missed shot or a missed layup. And, it's entertaining.
Yeah. And it's like how I say, and I mention this to my wife all the time, but like for the most part, NBA players just don't miss free throws at the end of games, right? Of course, there's, you can point out any given
last night.
Yeah, you can point out any given game and be like, oh, remember when they miss all these free throws? But like for the most part, even mediocre free throw shooters just don't miss in the NBA at the end of games. It just doesn't happen.
Hey, what does Shaq say? Always make them when I'm supposed to.
Yeah, even Shaq, right? And so, like, for whatever reason, that's just the thing. And that's where the NBA just has some growth, or WNBA has some growth to do, right? I mean, we talked about it being a young league. The skill set is still catching up to the men. And let's be honest, I mean, it's a lot easier to shoot a layup when you're at the rim. I mean, they just have more. There's more of a variable for the girls out, for the women.
More distance to cover. Like, let's go geometry. You know what I'm saying?
And that's part of the game as well, right? Like, I mean, if you're a stellar finisher at the rim in the women's game, boy, like you are a commodity because, again, to your point, Chris, that's not everybody out there. And
what's the great equalizer is? So think about it. In golf, and this is not to say this is what it should be or what it shouldn't be, whatever. In golf, they have women's tees.
Yeah.
In basketball, they have women's-sized balls, which is, in theory, supposed to let you shoot from deeper. Sure. So tap into that, Caitlin Clark.
Yeah. Yeah, and we talked about, just brought up the rookie power rankings, but I just wanted to speak on Angel Reese a little bit. I think you brought her up, JD. Shooting 33% from the field right now, which is very inefficient, but she's already had a couple double-doubles and a few more like almost double-doubles. So like, she's out there doing what she does. She plays defense, she rebounds. She usually scores inside, but Angel Reese isn't the offensive weapon that we might have thought she was in college. She doesn't have a lot of low-post footwork. She's not Tim Duncan, right? But she's going to play for the league in a long time because she plays defense hard and she rebounds. She's got to stop fouling so much, and she's got to learn to be a little more efficient around the rim though before we see she can take that next step.
Hey, I like to hear that, June. You know what? I've never spoken these words. I don't think many men have. I'm stoked to see the first Rookie of the Month award in the WNBA.
Right? Yeah, who's gonna get it?
Who's it gonna be?
Yeah,
Angel Reese, WWW, or Caitlin Clark. All right, so officially, JD, you pointed this out. Actually, the Conference of Champions is being cremated out in the universe as we speak, going down as the greatest, most decorated conference in anyone's lifetime, going back to 800 BC. RIP, man. Speak on it. JD, how you feeling about the Conference of Champions going away? Pac-12, officially done. Pac-10 as we grew up with it.
Pac-8,
Pac-8.
Let's just have a moment of silence for this small Pac break.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. It's, it's so many feelings because we as, fans, us as consumers, we're going to get new rivalries, but man, ain't nothing like an old pair of tennis shoes, bro. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing like an old pair of jeans that are worn in, your booty fit right into them. You know what I'm saying?
You know what you're going to get. There's no question. My go-to J's are my most beat J's, but they're comfortable and they're acceptable in public. You know what I'm saying?
I feel it, JD, and just pour one out for it. I mean, it's just the nostalgia, right? I mean, everybody. Change is inevitable, right? The only thing that we can count on is change in our lives. I get it. But when these things happen, you're gonna have that nostalgia. But it also gives you a time to kind of sit back and reflect on, kind of all those great battles we've seen in the Pac-12. Playing NCAA football, Chris.
Hey.
Out here all with Pac-12 teams, man. And
I gave you the business back in Northeast Portland, bro.
Bro.
This dude could not stop West Virginia.
It's great because of the new ruling that just came out with the NCAA, the $2.5 billion settlement. It's great that, the school is going to be able to pay the players now. But at the end of the day, college was made for us to be some type of symmetry in the community, the pageantry. You know what I mean? We have that. West Coast is different than Southern. The SEC, the Big 12. We don't have the Red River Shootout. We don't got the largest cocktail party. We don't got the game up north. But what we do have, right? What we do have, the Civil War, the Apple Cup,
whatever they call that Stanford Berkeley bullshit.
The big game. That was the big game. Yeah. We do have that. I
call it the mid game.
Yeah.
UCLA, USC, whatever that was. I don't know what that. We got some type of pageantry out here at West, though.
You know what mantra we all need to take as supporters of athletics in the Pacific part of America? We need to live our lives like Bill Walton does. Hyperbole about how great the Pac-12, Pac-10, Pac-8 was, and will forever be. Bill Walton, we salute you. Show us the way, my man.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss Bill on those UCLA calls. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna miss it.
Hey, I'm gonna miss. Man, okay. My favorite memory, other than just like all of the basketball ones that are all about the same, the distinct memory. There's two of them. My first Oregon Ducks game I ever went to, I think it was in like 5th, 6th, 7th grade. We'll do a fact check. Akili Smith was the quarterback. They set the all-time record. They're playing BYU. They won 72-10 at Autzen. It was my first time ever at Autzen, and I was like, "Damn, this is what it's all about." And then
I think that was 8th grade.
Yeah, 98. And then our era when we were in college, and Dennis Dixon did the Statue of Liberty at the Big House pre-ACL injury. That was one of the moments where you could walk around with your head so fucking high and nobody would say anything to you.
Yeah. Well, hey, since you bringing up old memories and shit, Chris. Okay, hey, if we're talking in person, my favorite memory was being at the Oregon State versus USC game when USC was number 1 in the fog. We were at the 50-yard line, bro. Oregon State upset USC. It went Ryan Gunderson. Shout out Ryan Gunderson, the QB, bro.
Hey, Central Catholic.
Hey, Central Catholic in the house. Yeah, man, we stormed the field in the fog. It was an experience that just will never be replicated. I mean, that was Pac-12. Pac-12 after dark. Pac-12 after dark was fire.
Speaking of Gundersons and Beavers, bro, Kevin Gunderson, childhood homie back at Park Rose, Sacramento Elementary.
Yep.
Winning 2 natties, 2 College World Series as the closer, bro, coming in. And then the second, bro, in the second year, I think it was 07, 08, whatever it was, the 2 closers, Big Eddie Kuntz and Kevin Gunderson, both of those motherfuckers I went to elementary school with in Portland, bro. That was crazy. Like, no ties to them really anymore, but that shit was dope.
Yeah, my favorite in-game person was Drew Olson, Maurice Jones-Drew, Mercedes Lewis, being down 20 against Stanford in at what do they call Stanford Stadium?
I hate those people, dude.
Anyways,
Excuse my French.
Me and the Brody Sammy were down there, and Maurice Jones-Drew and them came back from down 25 in the third quarter. And, been to a bunch of games, but it's just, again, the Conference of Champions, we're going down. And when we say this is football, basketball, baseball, softball,
gymnastics,
swimming,
track, water polo.
Breakdancing,
partying.
Best
private school was Arizona State.
Yeah,
come on, bro.
ASU,
come on, man.
Hey,
Arizona.
STDs.
Some of the
shout out Steve Kerr, Richard Jefferson, Gilbert Arenas, Jason Garner, Lauren Woods. Those were the squads, man. Dickerson out there on the wing. I'm telling you, I grew up on Pac-12.
Hey, Freddie Jones, come on, let's throw it up for Freddie
Jones,
one time.
Eric Scales, Aaron Brooks,
Adrian
Stelly,
man.
my guy. Everything.
Nate
man.
Robinson, bro. Come on,
Nate
man.
Robinson, B. Roy, Will Conroy.
Yes.
Hey, Jamal Crawford, what the happened to you? But
He went to Michigan.
I know, he's the only one that left the nest.
Yeah.
All those other Seattle boys stayed here.
It's true.
Except who are those?
Marvin Williams left. He went to North Carolina.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I'm
Zach
talking about that
Levine
guards,
left.
those guards.
UCLA's, but
I mean,
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Man, these guys are numbers, bro. Come on, bro.
Hey, the ones that stayed though.
None of the Oregon players stayed. Dunleavy,
Peyton Pritchard,
Stoudemire. I mean, come
did.
on. Yeah, I'm
Peyton
just saying.
stayed.
Kevin Love stayed
Stoudemire.
in the pack. Kevin Love stayed in the pack.
No, I'm talking about. You said stayed at home.
No, Jason Terry stayed in the pack. I'm talking about stayed in the pack.
Okay. Scooby-Doo.
Man,
we got a lot of talent, baby.
Hold on. One last thing.
Talent.
So the Kevin Love UCLA jerseys with the golden C on them, bro.
Ooh.
Fire jerseys. I don't know why they won't bring those back, man.
Hey, Junior, you remember?
Westbrook.
Hold on. Hey, Junior, you remember me and you watching the Final Four game over at Joel's house?
Yeah.
Which one?
I want to say when they lost the national championship game.
Shout out to Joel, man. Let's get Joel on the fucking pod.
Hey, I almost hit him up and was like, "Hey, bro, get on the pod."
Man, I want to talk to that guy.
I text him during football season, every football season.
I told Danny we talked about him on the pod, and he was like, "That's my favorite show." I was like,
"Hey, you know, I haven't texted to Joel, but you know, I see Joel at work every now and then, and you know, I text it to everybody. You know, we Mr. Gata.
Yeah,
Mr. Gata. Hey, one more time around the horn though, Pac-12. Like, I'm claiming Klay Thompson at Washington State with his connection to was it Gresham? Where did him and Kevin Love or somebody played Little League together, right?
It's Lake Oswego, bro.
Lake Oswego.
I mean, that's Aaron Rodgers grew up out here in Beaverton.
Aaron Rodgers, Spoelstra. I mean, now we're going out the Pac-12, but we're just claiming people's names.
What you mean?
Domantas Sabonis was born here.
Yeah, no, he was. I mean,
same with Karl-Anthony and Scottie Pippen's sons.
Karl-Anthony was born here?
Yup.
Sick. Okay, he's in the family. See? Yeah. But also, I don't know where he was born, but sorry.
We get canceled before we even get started.
Hey, Porter's sons are cool, though. I've met Porter's sons. Terry Porter's cool. I bet we could get Terry Porter on the pod, bro.
Hold on, man.
No, we need Chris Haynes. We need Chris Haynes.
Hey, I texted Chris the other day. I didn't hear back. So, hey, Chris, I fucking hope you got a new number, Chris Haynes, bro, because you ghosted me, dog.
Nah, bro, he big timed you, bro. Get out of here.
He on TNT and shit now.
No, but I got him the plug. Him and his. I'm not going to put his business out there, but I hooked him up.
Okay.
But anywho, RIP Conference of Champions. You're not going away, man. You're just taking a nap. We're just going to put you on the shelf. And talk about taking a nap. Time.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we're gonna put you up there and talk about you while all this other stuff, sorts itself out. And they were like, "That's what happened." The Pac-12 was like, "NIL, nah, let's go away." That's what happened.
I don't even want to get into it because I can get into to me it goes back to when we said no to having Texas and Oklahoma, when we could have had Texas in Oklahoma and we didn't think bigger picture and we're like, no, we don't want to do that.
Is that Larry Scott?
Larry Scott put this conference into the ground. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, that 10 years.
Can I use the B word, JD?
Chris,
you a grown ass man. I ain't telling you what to do.
We're trying to get sponsors, Chris. Cool it, bro.
He said sponsors. We got 60 subscribers.
66.
I'm thinking about season 11. We're gonna be there.
Okay.
Hey, let's tie a bow on this thing, man. JD, I'm gonna give you your minute here. Your F1 minute. Better be fast as an F1.
No, this the Monaco minute right now, bro.
The Monaco minute.
The crown jewel of F1 was today in Monaco, and the hometown kid won it. Charles Leclerc won the Monaco Grand Prix. It was a great race. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 were all the same from the pole position. You had Ferrari 1 and 3. You had 2 and 4 for McLaren, and Max, the reigning champion, came in 6th behind George Russell. But the hometown kid from Monaco wins his home race, and it was a great race. And shout out to Charles Leclerc.
Okay, man, there's your Monaco minute. Thank you, JD. Thank you. We're gonna add some sound effects, race cars. Now, something in your ear, something with your eyes. What have you guys been listening to or watching that you recommend? JD, kick us off.
I'm looking forward to this documentary coming out June 11th called How Music Became Free. Eminem, LeBron just released a trailer, and it's something right up our alley. If you didn't grow up with Napster, LimeWire, I don't want to hear it, okay? I don't want to hear nothing about music from you because you wasn't out here with a stack of discs making everything free for your boys. I don't even want to say the stuff we used to pirate and download, but it was
Napster,
a lot.
Pirate Bay, let's go.
You know, Pirate Bay was still popping.
Hey, you know how they took J. Cole's 7-minute drill off of streaming services? Come on, bruh. We grew up ripping shit off the internet. You know I popped that back into my iTunes, tricked the fuck out of Steve Jobs' people. Actually, it's Tim Cook's people. And it's back in the road. It's literally there as if it's not taken away.
I don't know what y'all talking about. I never pirated anything in my life, bro.
Junior taught me ringtones before I had diapers on. You know, he said, "Hey,
I don't know
get a
what
Windows
you're talking about."
This dude talked me into getting an HTC phone just so I could have custom ringtones, and it worked.
It was fire. It was fire. It was fire.
That will be coming to you via Paramount Plus, and I'm looking forward to it because it's very nostalgic. You know, like. Just like if you grew up during that, like I remember the first time my mom's or my grandparents' tech guy showed me how to download Napster and create my first playlist in 2000 with some Jay-Z, I'm Sorry, Miss Jackson, some Beyonce. Like I remember some of these songs. Like that was the first.
Bro, you put them all on the same disc. You didn't mix up the bro. You put R&B with the hip hop with the bangers.
Listen, I'm just making a disc.
That's a mix CD, bro.
All right,
it's a mixtape.
Hey, we used to sling those things, man.
So that's what I'm looking forward to. How music became free.
Love it, man. That's a good rec. Hey, I want to watch it. You said June 11th, so a couple weeks. I got something for you guys. So I was, I was looking at the budget, and it's like all these streaming services. I was about to cut Max, right? Because we had HBO. I want to call it HBO, but if you type in your phone HBO, it doesn't pop up. So you have to call it Max. They forced it just like Twitter. But then they had this movie out that I had my eye on, and it's it's called The Iron Claw, and it's with Zach Efron. And Lip from Shameless, and then a couple other dudes, and then the dad is the guy from Mindhunters. And I waited till the end to look it up because I was just like, "There's no way this is a true story that these people have this much heartache in their lives."
Bro, I looked it up too. It's wild.
You watched it, bro?
I didn't watch it, but I looked up the story of the brothers, and it's like, dang, this is like unreal.
And Zach Efron is like, he's whatever. He's not a great actor. He's not a great. When he speaks, it's not great. And that sounds bad, but like you could see his emotions. He's a great physical actor. And Lip from Shameless, and he has that other show on Hulu about the sub shop in
Are you
Chicago.
talking about Jeremy Allen White? Yeah, okay, yeah.
Bro, he is probably one of the greatest actors of our time. Like, it's going to end up that way.
He's a good actor. He's a good actor. You don't watch The Bear?
No, The Bear. Yeah. No,
you don't watch that.
No, I did. I forgot the name of it. I've been watched it. The first episode, the first scene of the first episode of the first season is like, woo. But I'm not going to spoil it. Don't cancel your HBO. Watch that, then cancel it. It's a really good watch. It's kind of long, but it's worth it. June, you got something?
Yeah, well, I'm just going to shout out The Bear right now. In case anybody ain't seen The Bear, you need to go watch that, okay? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a fire show. I don't even watch dramas like that, but it's got enough comedy in it that it's a...
Quarter? I learned those shit, I was that's how they do it in the behind the scenes? Yeah.
Yeah, and but my recommendation is video game. So I'm like 2 years late because I'm a PC gamer, and it was a PlayStation game, but it just came out on PC. But that Ghost of Tsushima, hey... Samurai, it's like Samurai, like Red Dead Redemption is fire.
Ooh, okay. They got on the Xbox?
No. It's only PlayStation. I know, and PC, but it just came out for PC, so that's why I'm on. I'm a PC gamer.
You play 2K, bro?
No, I don't, man.
You don't want these problems.
I don't.
You play Fortnite?
No, but bro, are we gonna get in this NCAA football though here this summer?
I'll get in anything,
JD, I need to smack you again, bro. Like,
I just got this Xbox controller that's like one of those Xbox Elite controllers, bro.
Yeah.
I'm a problem.
Oh, I got two of those. You didn't set it to paddles, though, did you?
Problem. Paddles are useless. I don't know how to use them correctly.
You haven't even next gen up, then, bro. Like,
I tried, and it's just like too much.
Nah, bro. You gotta lock in with those paddles. Trust me.
I honestly haven't played a first person shooter game since I got that. I just literally only play 2K.
I use it for everything, man. Like, bro, once you get in them, once you like ingrain yourself in the paddles, you can't go back. I can't use a regular controller.
It's all about that paddle life.
It is, bro. Get it in.
Okay.
Yep.
Any closing thoughts, my dudes? JD, what's up?
Just looking forward to playing some video games someday soon against you guys.
Hey, get this work, boy. All right, man. Hey, we'll be back in a week. Be good.
Peace.
Peace.